Who has more to prove on Sunday, Carson Wentz or Baker Mayfield?
It's Baker Mayfield, the former #1 overall pick, a little higher pick than Carson Wentz. So if you look at it from that situation, there's more invested in Baker Mayfield in terms of a draft choice. Now, Carson Wentz is on his second contract. He's on that big multi-year extension. So that takes some of the pressure off him because they're already stuck with him in terms of the money, the dead cap, the cap space. They know that they have to ride Carson Wentz and the roller coaster he's going to take them on for at least 2 more years, despite drafting at his position. But, oh, Baker Mayfield, you don't have that contract security, do you? Oh, Baker Mayfield, you don't even have the team's confidence because this brass, this head coach, this general manager, they didn't draft you. Oh, Baker Mayfield, you don't even know if you're going to get your 5th-year option picked up. Oh, Baker Mayfield, what do they think of you? It's hard to think high of Baker Mayfield because as soon as you start thinking high, he'll take you low. This is the same quarterback in terms of quarterback rating in his 9 games this year. He's had 4 of them over 100 quarterback rating, but he's had 5 under 80. Yuck, Baker Mayfield. You've passed for less than 200 yards in 3 of your last 4 starts, Baker Mayfield. We can't trust you. Why can't we trust you? Because look at this stat. This is a fun nugget. The Browns rank 30th in pass offense, but they're passing at the 3rd lowest rate in the NFL. People out there, let me say this again. They're trying their best not to throw the ball at all. But when they do, they're 30th in the NFL. And there's only one quarterback throwing those passes. It's the guy that they don't trust and the guy who has so much to prove, more than Carson Wentz, is Baker Mayfield.
So I vehemently disagree with you, but there's one thing that I need to state first, sir. You look good in that suit.
That's your boy.
You look like you've been slimming down, and I hope that you stay away from edible nuggets. Much more you stay away from these statistical nuggets. Because you just boggled my mind with all these stats, Baker Mayfield.
Last night, too. Versus, you watch it?
I didn't.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just get off that subject then. It was good. Nuggets work. Let's go.
Look, let's talk. It's Carson Wentz, and it's Carson Wentz for this reason. Let me come out the gate swinging off the top rope. Carson Wentz, for 8 weeks in the season, he proved that he was high risk, moderate reward. 8 weeks, consecutive weeks, he proved that he was high risk, going to lead the NFL in giveaways, but moderate reward. He's also going to give you about 17 touchdowns. At the time, going into the bye week, that ranked, I believe, 8th in the NFL, total touchdowns.
It's lower now.
Then coming out of the bye week, watch your mouth. Then coming out of the bye week, Carson Wentz, he said, okay, I heard y'all. Y'all said I'm turning the ball over too much. I'm going to change my ways. But then he came out of the bye week and proved that he was low risk, no reward.
Oh, that's what we're doing.
Giants game, no turnovers, no plays, no touchdowns, low risk, no reward. Okay, now, Sel, Carson Wentz has to prove that he can be low risk, high reward. Low risk, moderately high reward. Low risk, some reward. He has more to prove because he has more expectations. Baker Mayfield, we know who Baker Mayfield is. We know what Baker Mayfield is. Baker Mayfield has never been great. Baker Mayfield's ceiling is not high. Baker Mayfield is a game manager to above average game manager at best. That's what we know who Baker Mayfield is. That's who he's been for 3 years. Carson Wentz, though, he's been in an MVP conversation. Carson Wentz, he's led his team to the playoffs, I want to say 3-4 consecutive years. Carson Wentz, he's shown us promise. He's shown us something that Baker hasn't. That's why he has more to prove. Prove that he can get back there.
I don't get your argument. One, I don't like your argument because it had no numbers. It just had terms like, risk and reward and moderate. Where are the numbers? Where are the supporting evidence for that? Instead of just your rhetoric.
Everybody didn't go to Columbia.
No, some went to Harvard. So here's the thing. So look at this situation for what it is in terms of the numbers before we can even say who's better, who's more consistent. I don't understand where you're going with Carson Wentz because Carson Wentz hasn't finished anything. But at the same time, he's shown you something that you invested into a second contract. So guess what? What does he have to prove? I already talked about benching Carson Wentz. Did that work? No. Did you talk about trying to put him in and out the lineup with Jalen Hurts? Is that going to work? No. Because they're stuck with him. But you're not stuck with Baker Mayfield right now. That's why he has a lot to prove to get into the same position that Carson Wentz finds himself in. The last 5 games for the Cleveland Browns are interesting because it's like a microcosm of Baker Mayfield and his career. Up and down. Win, loss, win, loss, win. That's what they've been on, the roller coaster, the Baker Mayfield roller coaster. I keep killing you with these nuggets, bro. 14 straight games under 300 passing yards. That's Baker Mayfield. Yuck. 23 straight games without a back-to-back 250-yard passing game. Huh? So we're trying to figure out, are you good or are you not good? And that, to me, is more of a proving ground than someone you said that's already shown you promise and you invested in.
Sir, we're not. Yesterday, you watched the Versus battle. For y'all that don't know, it's two artists. They get on IG Live. They play their best hits. They play their best records. That's all it was. My dog was watching, what was it, Gucci versus Jeezy?
Gucci versus Jeezy.
Oh, man. He was watching the Versus battle. Let's talk about how these battles and how music is relevant to this conversation.
Okay.
Marcellus, in 2007, the whole world was, you. They was cranking that Soulja Boy.
Do that again.
They
Never.
Was human. They was human. I was human.
Wait a minute.
I'm a millennial.
But you lost yourself in that right now. Just do it.
My suit is, I can't even move.
Why?
I can't go anywhere in this thing.
Elbows out.
On. It's painted. What you want me to do? Okay, I can't. I can't. I'll rip it. I'll rip it. Anyway. The whole world in 07 cell was cranking that Soulja Boy.
Don't do that again.
We was wondering,
what?
Is he going to be a one-hit wonder? We've seen greatness.
Yeah.
We've seen Soulja Boy top the charts, but can he do it again? In 2008, November 26th, my dog came out with 678-999-821. Kiss me through the phone. Yes. He hit us with a banger. A banger.
Yes.
See, we were waiting on him to prove that he could be what he once was. He gave us a top seller, Soulja Boy did.
Yeah.
So we're waiting on him to prove it again. Baker Mayfield hasn't given us anything yet. So I'm not waiting for him to prove anything. You're waiting for an artist to come out with an album. You're waiting for Baker Mayfield to come out with a classic. At least Carson Wentz, 2017, he came out with a classic. Yeah. He was top of the Billboard charts. Right. He was through 13 weeks of the season. He was top of the charts. Right. So I'm waiting for him to get back there. You still waiting on Baker to come out with a hit.
Right, but you're making my point.
I'm not.
Carson has proven something in this league where you're saying Baker hasn't. That's why he has more to prove. He hasn't proven anything but inconsistency. I think we're saying the same thing. We're just on different sides of the same coin. And that may be true, maybe not true, but let's have some arguments. I'm still going to ride with Baker Mayfield more to prove, in part because of your argument. He hasn't proven that much, but he has shown you signs of greatness, which can,
against the Bengals?
It's time to, hey, I told you last night watching Versus, the Nuggets work. It's time to get half-baked, everyone, if you guys know that reference. It's time to look at Baker Mayfield for who he is, the zen of Baker Mayfield. Let's go deep. What's his record? 5-0 versus teams that are under 500. What's his record against teams that are above 500? 1-3. And that only team win was against the Colts. What about his completion percentage? It's kind of good against the sorry teams. Kind of bad against the good teams. What about giveaways? Everything flips according to what I'm saying. Passer rating. You play somebody sorry? Go ahead, Baker Mayfield. You play somebody good? Damn. Baker Mayfield's our quarterback. That's the point. Because of the inconsistency, because there's two Baker Mayfields, there's more to prove to bring it all together. Which one are you, Baker?
But see, I was on the ropes at first in this argument, but you just lost it with your full screen.
How?
Because the Eagles are sorry. So when Baker Mayfield plays a sorry Eagles team, I'm sorry, Eagles, I love you, but record-wise, y'all sorry. When Baker does good against this Eagles team, it's only going to fortify the statistics that are already there. Yes. He plays well against bad teams and plays good against good teams.
Agree.
So, to me, he's not proving anything, whereas Wentz, Wentz can actually prove so. If Wentz goes out and throws for 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, we would be like, if Baker does it, we would just be like, well, Baker balled against the Bengals. Bengals are bad. Baker balls against the Eagles. Eagles are bad. Where if Wentz does it against the Browns, you look, Browns are 6-3. So we'd be like, Wentz is back.
But the proving of something comes with the consequences. That's all I'm looking at. You're looking at it in terms of this game. For those 3 hours, what would be the repercussions? I'm not. I'm saying the long-lasting repercussions. What can you do to Carson Wentz? He has stunk up the joint and nothing's happened. If Baker Mayfield goes out there and stinks up the joint, what happens? We know that they're not going to pick up his fifth-year option. We know that they're going to be like, look, we're going to look into the draft and find something else, something cheaper, maybe not even go first round with it, because all we need is something to support our defense and our running game. That's why I think Baker has a lot to prove. He doesn't have job security. You're talking about Baker Mayfield in a way of, well, you can look better than Carson Wentz for the day. I'm trying to feed my family for years. Carson Wentz is locked into that conversation. Is Baker Mayfield in that conversation? Hell no.
I only have one more thing to say.
Get it out of here. You better go to play. I can't be on TV.